All right, welcome to Module 1. We are starting with Facebook Ads Manager and discussing the entire lay of the land and the opportunities that exist for us in this rather incredible, powerful tool. So, what have we got available to us today? Well, we've got a platform that allows us to target the people we want to reach, full stop. When we're talking about, again, the traditional advertising placements or platforms that we've had available to us, radio, TV, print, billboards, flyers, mail drops, etc., we don't have the same type of ability to target specifically and segment our ads or our market the way we can within Audience Manager. And that allows us to reach new people that actually care about our message. So we're targeting them based on their interests, their behaviors, their demographic and geographic factors, whether they've engaged with us on our content on social or on our website and we've tracked them with a pixel, or whether they're on our email list and we can target them with an ad or a piece of promoted content, a boosted post. So this allows us to put our money where it's going to perform because we're talking to people who care about us. We're not reaching 99% of the population, of which only 3% are within our target market. We're talking to that 5% or 7% surrounding the 2 or 3% market to try and make sure that we're actually reaching those that care and that are a customer or a potential prospect for us. Otherwise, it's a huge waste of money. And then, of course, the ability to analyze and adjust and see really fantastic ROAS, return on ad spend, which is, something, a badge of honor for the people who do this for a living. So some trends, outlooks, and digital best bets to start and sort of where we're at with the Facebook advertising landscape today. So yes, first things first, the rising ad costs, this is a reality. Just as we saw with, the cost of TV ads have gone up over the years. The cost of Google ads have also gone up. If you're bidding on keywords that are very popular in your market with your Google ad spend, in 1998, you might have been spending 30 cents per click if you're bidding on yoga class, Calgary, and now you might be spending $36 per click on that same keyword search term because it's a crowded highway. There's more people bidding on it. There's more people competing for that attention and that space in the Google search results with those ads or sponsored content, and thus we pay more for it. The good news, though, is that means there's a lot of eyeballs on that content. There's a lot of people on that website seeing that ad, and thus we need to pay for it. With that, social hasn't quite caught up in terms of costs. You're going to have a lot more bang for your buck on Instagram, Facebook Messenger ads than you will on Google ads, I'm sorry to say. But that's not to say you won't have great results over there too, which is a whole other course. But either way, if we're doing this well, our message, our targeting, our assets, so that creative imagery, videos, GIFs, animations, or even just one really strong graphic or image. If we're doing that part well, it doesn't look like spam, it doesn't get completely ignored or scrolled past or blocked, worse. They can perform really well because people want more. They want to click that ad. They want to engage with it. They want to dive deeper into it. And your ad spend will be less because it's a high performing ad, meaning that Facebook is going to take your $10 a day no matter what, but you're going to have a much bigger reach if that ad is quality, if it ranks really well on their ad score and it shows that people actually are engaging with it, your reach will be higher. If no one's touching it, like I said, they'll still take your money, but your performance will be on the lower end of the estimated index that they give you when you bid on that ad. Don't worry, we'll get into all of that. Beyond that, incredible imagery and asset development. We can take 4 stock photos or 5 images from our brand, a photo shoot we did 4 years ago or 2 days ago that we've mapped out. We know we're getting our imagery, hopefully, as part of our marketing strategy every year. And then we can turn it into incredible looking ads, things that open in a full screen experience, things that scroll as a beautiful carousel that builds a story one to the next. Animations that are built for us because we load up several still images and Facebook turns it into a video that auto plays, that catches our eyes with motion when we scroll by it as a user. So really interactive and eye-catching and thus super effective and again, high performing in terms of your ad. The opportunities. Well, let's look at this broadly and then some examples. We have countless ad types available to us today. Shopping ads, huge. If you build your catalog in Facebook Business Suite, which we talk about in our paid social class, you can then turn any post into a shopping ad. You tag the images or the products that are in that image and turn it into a shopping ad that then people click through and they can buy from without even leaving the app, or with a direct route to your website if that's where you send them to buy. Messaging apps, brilliant. I'm showing up in your Facebook Messenger with my ad and I've targeted you specifically for various reasons. And now we can engage on this Messenger app and I can take you directly into an appointment booking or a test drive or get you on my list and follow up with you that way. Carousel ads, as I mentioned, we can do a lot of things that go beyond the way we've been using these to date that tell a story and lead us in. Think like a journalist. Give me the headline at the top, don't bury the lead, and then the pyramid structure that keeps me wanting more and it makes me want to dive in and keep reading or scrolling or clicking through. You've told me a story. You're not just selling me on something and promoting yourself, really explicitly. Story ads on Facebook and Instagram. We hopefully know what Instagram and Facebook stories are. They're at the top of our screen when we're on the mobile app. They're those little circles and they're 24 hours long. So anyone who's posting a story is doing it in a more kind of lively or real and raw fashion of their day-to-day behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be so polished. Stories are so great for engagement for brands. And if you want to show up in stories as a brand, you can do so organically by posting stories, just like if you're a person or a personal account. But if you want to force your way into someone's stories who hasn't yet heard of you, a non-fan or non-follower, great. We can create promoted stories or choose stories as our placement with our ad. And it shows up as a piece of paid content in the storyline. And, wonderful opportunities once they get there to see these vibrant interactive ads. Finally, lead generation. So cool. I can run ads that get people on my list without ever having to head to my website and sign up for it, or to fill out a form and get me to call them back right away, or whatever it is. So lead gen ads, really powerful because we all know how important it is to constantly be generating new leads, new people in the top of our funnel, and then work them through in order to get them to the bottom where they'll convert. We always need cold audiences at the top of our funnel, i.e. new leads. And we're going to talk a lot about that in this course. Beyond that, really powerful placements. So you take your one ad campaign and maybe you're not thinking of it as just a messenger campaign or just a stories campaign, but you really love the overarching message that you're saying with this ad and you want it to appear everywhere, in fact, or maybe just 5 out of 12 of the available placements for you, from newsfeed on Facebook, Instagram, to marketplace, stories, messenger, instant articles. You only want this to appear as a paid piece of content in IGTV. Or finally, we've got Instagram Reels that can be promoted. So you take that video content that's vertical, like a reel, and you promote it as an ad. Amen. Awesome. Really cool. So no shortage of powerful placements that we can turn off or turn on however we want. You can run ads that only appear in stories or only appear in IGTV. Totally up to you. Effective, let's call it ad anatomy. So what we've got here are really visible headlines, customized landing page URLs. So it doesn't have to be some long domain extension of your HTTP blah, 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 blah. You can customize that to make it really, again, appealing or compelling. Intriguing text placements that lead us down that garden path of headline, subheadline, and then calls to action. Speaking of those customizable call to action buttons, we don't get those if it's not a paid ad. But as soon as you are not posting organic content, but instead it's a piece of paid content or ad campaign, you've got the ability to add that clickable button and send someone off of Facebook, Instagram, and over to your website. It doesn't come for free because Facebook wants to keep us on their platform as users because that's how they make money. We see more of their ads as we're scrolling by. And if you want to send someone elsewhere, yeah, then it becomes a paid placement. Next up, proven pathways. I love this. So this is where we're really referring to the funnel methodology or the customer buyer journey that takes people from point A to point Z or C, but whatever that end point is where they take action. For some of us, that's a checkout. So it's an e-commerce purchase. For others, it maybe just is a form filled out on our website or a contact form to get in touch, or it's a subscribe. They've joined our mailing list. Whatever that looks like for you, that's the goal. That's the conversion at the end of the journey. But we have to know that some people, again, are starting at point A, never heard of us, or we're entering a new market, New Zealand. We've got to run these ads to them as a cold audience to, hi, nice to meet you. I'm introducing myself. Then we get a little warmer and we can reach them again with our follow-up ad because they engaged with that content. So now they're in our warm audience set. So Facebook allows us to leverage and use this pathway system or the funnel system so smartly and move people to the finish line, which gets them hopefully reaching their goals because they happen to be looking for a new customizable shampoo. Awesome. And it reaches our goals because we met them, we engaged with them, and we got them to become a customer. So it makes a lot of sense, and Facebook Ads Manager allows us to do that so well, but most people don't bother. So we're going to put our money where the people are. Beyond this, we have this environment, this party, 2.75 billion monthly active users strong and growing all the time. Facebook's penetration into the global market of internet users is unbelievable. It is so gigantic. There's nothing like it. There's no government that has that much reach or no individual TV station or network. This is just, it's unreal how many people they are engaging with or reaching on a monthly basis. You don't have to advertise or try to reach, obviously, 2.75 billion people, but you know that in your market, chances are 70 to 80, maybe even more % of people have a Facebook account that they're regularly using, and you can reach them there. So incredible. Instagram, same thing, growing all the time. It's one of the top 6 social platforms in the world. It has so many endless features within it. We talk about it so much in our organic content classes because it could be a digital marketing strategy all on its own. When you think about newsfeed posts, IGTV posts, stories, reels, so many lives, so many different features within that individual platform that keeps people coming back for more and keeps it growing all the time. It's really, really remarkable. And then just the amount of us as general users that are on these platforms and visiting or engaging with business profiles or accounts on a daily basis is extremely high. And those that have figured it out really well and reading the room and knowing their audience and what kind of content they want from them, that's not spammy and promotional, but it's value adding, engaging, problem solving, emotionally driven or connecting content, are absolutely killing it on their business pages or business profiles and accounts because people can't wait to stop and see what they're posting today or what's in their stories tomorrow or what kind of ads they're serving up, because I love taking advantage of these promotions that they run or whatever it is. So the people are there and we need to be there too. Let's look at a few different ad types more specifically. First of all, we'll go through some of the Facebook lay of the land and some really basic examples of ads. So a newsfeed ad. This is a single image ad that's going to show up in your newsfeed. And this, my friend, is what 90% of Facebook ads look like. So if that's not an opportunity for you to think a little deeper about some of the ones we're going to talk about next, I don't know what is. Not to say that they don't work well. They sure do, but we can get a little more creative and stand out a little more. And think of this. If Facebook has an inventory of millions of ads to serve to all these people at any given time, even in my own town or city or region, at any given moment, there might be, 100,000 ads targeting the people around me and myself that then get segmented to our gender and age and bracket and interest, all of that. However, if 90% of those ads are single image ads. Facebook's like, hey, is anyone running a lead gen ad? Is anyone running any stories ads? Could we get a carousel or a video ad in here? And they reward you for that. That's why video ads perform so well. Not only because they're well engaged with, but because they're also not maybe as common. And hot tip, we have seen this change too. So don't just rest on your laurels and think, oh, well, video ads are going to be where it's at. That's all we need. Video ads, video ads. No, that gets old too. And everybody drinks the same Kool-Aid. We have seen at Social School where 1 quarter, 3-month time frame, we'll see our video ads kill it with an unbelievable, like 10x return. We spend $1, we make 10, and we're like, woohoo! And then the very next quarter, they're not working very well. It could be seasonal. It could be competition, just a really crowded highway of other video ads, or our audience is getting dusty and they're getting tired of our video ads, and we have to mix it up. That's not to say it's difficult. All it takes is paying attention and having the courage, I guess, to iterate and try new things. When something is doing well, it is the very first sign and your permission to go try something else. Yes, we want to iterate that ad and make more of it, copy it and switch something up and do what's working, but you've got to try something that you haven't before at the very same time. Just because people like that red shirt, sure, go buy another red shirt, but you better buy a blue shirt at the same time and try out the blue shirt and see what happens next season with your blue shirt. Okay. Another example here, David's Bridal. So this is, or can I just move my head? There we go. David's Bridal's running a website traffic ad, where we've got a single image ad again that then is mobile, sending people to a mobile friendly landing page on their website. So it's rendering super well. They know that people are going to click from this, likely from mobile, but maybe not. But I'm guessing that 70% of their ad engagement is on the mobile app, but they would know better than me. And then they are sending people to that website and then an immediate ability to check out right there. So this is not a shopping ad, or we would see more Facebook steps. We would be taken to their Facebook catalog, but instead they're directing us straight to their website. So it's in fact a traffic ad. That's the objective. We'll get to objectives later on. And a really simple 3-step journey. Unbelievable. Amazing. But they're probably or possibly serving this up to people who are already expressing interest in David's Bridal or are engaged, or getting married soon, or whatever other words for engaged. But obviously they've built an audience of people who are, going to be receptive of this ad. One of my favorite lines of the season, because we're heavy into our digital ads courses right now and all of the new opportunities, is behind every great high performing ad is a killer audience. So a highly responsive audience that was designed for that ad, that is going to resonate with it well and act on it. It's a good one, right? It's almost like a legendary line. You should put it on a t-shirt. Okay, option 2, image carousels. Don't underestimate these. I feel like they're making a comeback because people are getting more clever and creative with the storytelling element of it, and people like to scroll. You think about the carousels on Instagram, which we're more used to almost using now than we maybe did on Facebook. So if we're okay with seeing that little carousel icon in our Instagram feed and we want to go into someone's post and scroll through to see that carousel of the photo dump they just put in there from their trip or whatever, we can do this with our ads too really well and get pretty clever and creative with it. Here's an example of clever, enticing storytelling type carousel from American Express. So again, this is a website traffic ad. We know because see more at American Express, they want us to go and click on that and get right to their website. But every caption tells a different story or has another kind of sub headline within it, a key message that they get 5 of them to write tight and bright. And then one general headline for the ad, sign up now to enjoy the following benefits, or that's the ad copy. And then those little arrows on each of the images that make you want to see what's on the other side of it. And basically they're directing us forward. So pretty cool. Option number 3, instant experience ads. This is an option for you to add into your ads. When you're building your ads, it'll say, would you like to add in an instant experience? i.e. we call them. And you can say, yeah, sure, I can do that. And then they'll guide you through what additional assets they need. Another couple images, maybe another headline. But what it does is it opens in this full screen instant experience, so that someone is basically almost scrolling like a landing page of your offer, of your product or service. And again, they don't have to leave and go to your website. They're doing this within the ad. They're engaging with the ad for longer. They're swiping up and seeing more. And then there's really powerful call to action buttons on that instant experience ad that are giving them more reasons and more enticement to come on in. So pretty cool stuff. Here's one from Clinique. So an instant experience ad that starts as a carousel ad in their feed. I click it. That was like the swipe up on the Jeep ad. I click it. And now I'm brought into this video. Basically, it's a full screen video story, which is the instant experience component. And then that clicks through to the website. But now I'm seeing this like really beautiful, almost like a commercial that is full of graphics, imagery, really neat little animations throughout. So big brands doing cool things, but if you've got opportunities to add instant experiences to your ads, I encourage you to give it a try. They're not as complicated as you might think, and you don't need a big fancy video to do it. Speaking of straight up video ads, there's no shortage of them in your feed. I really encourage you. This is one of your, like, if you're overwhelmed or you don't know where to start, this is one of your 3 takeaways. Troll your feed. Scroll, troll, whatever you want to do, but spend some time in it. Spend an entire weekend or an evening with a good glass of wine and going through and seeing how you're being targeted and what people are doing with their ads. And take note, is it 1 in every 7 posts in your Facebook or Instagram feed that's sponsored or promoted, an ad? Is it 1 in every 4? Just interesting. And what are they using? Carousels, videos, animations. What's catching your eye? And what do you like to see in an ad? Is it always really promotional? Is it short and sweet? Is it longer? These are all really important things to know. Is it funny and fun or personality building? Or is it very polished? What does your brand values and purpose? What has all that got to say on your ads? And of course, again, those are other kind of brand classes that we could talk about for days. But when we know ourselves and we know our people really well, we can easily know what type of ads to create. So video ads aren't going anywhere. There is so many different types that we can create. And again, using Facebook's video creation tool, we can literally upload a bunch of still images and they'll turn it into a scrolling video for us where we can add captions to it, which is an amazing way to create a video out of, say, up to 10 images if you don't have video content. So they're auto-playing, they're captionable, and they are highly effective, and video footage is not necessary. But if you have it, great. Another thing I encourage you to look at when you're perusing what other people are doing is just how simple they are. The product may be showcase and it's just a scrolling image. Canadian Tire famously did a research study several years ago, like going back 8 or 9 years now, when video first started really becoming a thing on social and on ads. And they learned that people were often not turning on the sound and that they were auto playing now in the feed, and that the average watch time for their brand was 3 to 9 seconds, not 60. So those long documentaries that Nike does, sometimes they work, but also mix that up with a short form, what Canadian Tire did, or I think, actually, I apologize, it was Sport Check. They did a burning skate. So the hockey skate is, and the flames below it. No sound, just a burning skate that was like so eye-catching. And I don't think the skate was on fire, but there was flames below it, you know what I mean? And yeah, it really outperformed all of their lengthy documentary or video content with voice. Next up, messenger ads. So wow, we can now appear in private channels. And that's a really interesting evolution. It's not new, but it is pretty powerful to know that you can enter into someone's direct messaging tab, i.e. their Facebook Messenger account, and appear with your promoted content, and strategically place yourself there for people who are candidates for what you have to offer. And then from there, of course, converse with them in Messenger that they feel like is more private, and it's, it's not in your main feed, and it's an entirely different platform. So we really need to think about Facebook Messenger as its own platform, because it is its own social media network. It's why you have a Facebook Messenger app in your phone beside your Facebook app. And of course, people use it very differently than they do Facebook. And there's plenty of people that I speak with that are off of Facebook, but that love Facebook Messenger. And that's what they use to converse with people. And I know this because I can't believe how many people message me and our team in Facebook Messenger as personal and business, because they know that they can find people there. Most people have a Messenger account by default when you have a Facebook account. So here's an example. Jasper's Market is Facebook's demo account, but a Messenger ad where it's a text ad in Messenger. It starts the conversation and then it leads to an action or conversion. In this case, they served up a coupon and then find a store, hours, additional buttons that the person could click on. From here, we could retarget them if they followed up with that coupon, if they need more. Like, there's so many opportunities to tell them about an event next week. We've captured this information. They engaged with our ad. We'll look at that in audiences, which becomes an audience type. A custom audience, or this is a hot audience as we call it, that is in the category of engaged with ad or bookmarked ad or commented on ad. Really great, because now I can follow up with them if they did or didn't take the action I want them to take. I can also put them in an audience and exclude them if they did in fact buy. So exclusions are really integral, and we go deep into that in our audience building class if you need more info on that. Another example here, I love this one. Auto Galleria, serving up a Facebook Messenger ad. So it's actually appearing first in feed with a single image ad, and the call to action button there on the left, as you can see, book a test drive today and then send a message to do so. Wow, I don't even have to leave my feed. And in fact, I've been searching everywhere for information on whatever that car is. We'll call it a Mazda, but I think it's not at all. So I've been researching Mazdas and I've been looking for them here and there. And then what do you know? I've been served up this Mazda ad because this auto dealer knew this, and they're tracking they're serving up an ad to someone who's interested in that type of car and has been on this type of website before. I get that ad when I'm actually at the bottom of my journey. So good on these guys that they're taking advantage of all of my research so far, and maybe I've been watching YouTube videos from their competitor, but they're going to reach me with that really high converting, super simple ad where I am in my newsfeed on Facebook on a Saturday morning and saying, hey, do you want to test drive that car you've been looking at, essentially? And then great, book an appointment. You don't even have to leave our app. Do it right here, and then we'll see you there. So awesome. And again, the more you can keep people in platform to make their conversion, buy that thing, book that appointment, the better your chances. As soon as we get bumped into too many places that are slow loading websites, or now I'm on your website and there's pop-ups coming at me and I don't know where to go, I'm out. You've lost me. So super simple, clear paths to the goal is what a user wants today. We have so little attention span and so little time or energy, I guess, patience for slow loading sites and being sent all over the place without knowing where we're at. Option 6, the shoppable collection ad. So we build our carousel of our catalog in Facebook Business Suite. Again, that's part of our paid social course if you need more information on setting up your business suite. And then we can pull that from that catalog and create an ad with the products in it. So really cool. They call it collection ads, shoppable ads, and there's different ways to do it. So West Elm on the left, what we're seeing here is that there's multiple images. Now these are shoppable links. This could be done as a carousel ad. It could be done as a catalog ad or shoppable ad. There's a few different ways to do it, but bottom line, you're showing one main imagery and then several below it. And then what that leads to is a Facebook product catalog. And then they're going to send us to their checkout, which is actually on their company website. And remember, your Facebook catalog is not an e-commerce store. To my knowledge, they are not allowing us to check out there. Maybe one day, probably not far off, but it's not an e-commerce system or like a payment gateway. You've got to have that in play with your Shopify website or your WordPress or whatever, wherever it is you're selling. What it's designed to do is shortcut people to that product or catalog and allow you to tag images with it. I can't have an e-commerce website selling t-shirts and tag my products on my Facebook post with those with those products in my website. I have to first create the catalog in Facebook in order to do that. But what's cool about that is when they get to my catalog or they click on that product, it then sends them directly to that page on my website. So it's still a really powerful path. And those collection ads are underutilized, and I encourage you to try them out. So sometimes you can't quite tell if you're immediately sent to that website catalog or you're still in the Facebook catalog, but it doesn't matter. In this case, MeUndies. So what we're looking at is a collection ad where they have a looping GIF that's kind of a fun little video. You can create that in Animoto or Capwing or, there's so many amazing ones. Magisto. Just look up social video ads, and for $15 a month, and within Social School's tool shop /tools, socialschool.io/tools, you'll see all of our recommends on video content creation apps and tools that make it dead easy. So they're using a looping GIF as their main image, and then they've got a clickable collection images that open as an instant experience and then take us to the website for purchase. So more at MeUndies.com. You see it right there. So kind of neat, really eye-catching, super cool opportunity. Option 7, also extremely underutilized, offer ads. I really encourage you, if you have an offer, i.e. a coupon, a ticket, a discount, 15 pairs of something to give away or 22 coupons to be cashed in. Try this out because not many people are utilizing them, and you'll see if you troll your feed and you have you don't see any, but they look like this. So let's say Jasper's Boutique creates an offer ad with a promotion for sunglasses. And from there, I've captured their attention. I'm still within the ad when I go and I copy that code or I get the details of that promotion, and then I go to the offer. And as the advertiser, I've created the offer right in Facebook. So at my title, the details, the start and end date of this offer, and then how many are there, where do they cash it in, and then how many codes are there available. It's pretty cool. So worth playing with and seeing how it does for you. Okay, from here, I can drive business results as well with story ads. This is a whole other kind of place to play. It's a really powerful placement because so many of us are in stories, especially in Instagram and more so in Facebook. As we know, stories are this highly creative and very immersive full screen vertical format. It's inspiring brand and direct response outcomes. So when we think about the two reasons why we advertise, either for direct response, i.e. I want you to do something, or generally brand awareness, get to know me, here's who we are, let's chat, or find us on Facebook. And then from there, we can use Facebook's targeting, audience reach, and measurement solutions to create story ads that are really effective. So the basics of a story, which most of you know, but essentially when it's an organic story, you know that you've got your progression bar at the top. So if I'm an individual or a brand that's posted 20 stories in my day, I'm going to have 20 little ticks at the top, and someone can then swipe forward or tap forward or back, or just let those stories run. They're each going to play, and then I'm going to be taken to the next person's story in my feed, whether they have one story or they have 20 or 40. So we can hold them to pause. We can, if it's a promoted ad or a story ad, we can then click through to that profile and see more, or generally swipe up to whatever call to action that they have included as part of their ad. If it's a story ad, we can only have 3 images or graphics, or one longer video. But you're not going to be able to have 20 story graphics as part of your ad. It has to be limited to a certain amount of time. So let's see, an Instagram story that's a single image ad. Well, here's one from StructTube. It's just got the one progression bar. There's no ticks in it. So I know that is going to just play for 15 seconds as a solo single image story ad. And I've got the shop now button. So it's just advertising this Leonardo marble console table, and it appeared in my feed. And I know it's sponsored or a paid story because it says sponsored under the word StructTube. So I may not follow StructTube, but now I'm suddenly going, what's this company? Ooh, I love that table. Shop now, swipe for more. And if they're smart, the URL they're sending me to is not their homepage. It is that, of course, product page where I can learn more and buy it immediately if I want to. 2 clicks to check out. Brilliant. Another example, Gary Vee. So he's capturing people's attention in a story, but this one actually is, I believe it would be an organic story because of all the ticks in the progression bar. But because he has 10,000 fans or more, he gets the ability to add a swipeable link on the bottom, which is a great reason to try and build your followers. And so I can swipe up and see that. And then what he's doing is sending us to his Facebook post where he's got a call to action to watch this video. It's just an interesting example. Most of us wouldn't run an ad on Instagram or even a piece of organic content, but let's pretend this was a paid one, and then send them to another social platform. But you can send them wherever you want to. And wherever that conversion or action is going to be the strongest, great, send them there. Or experiment with a few. This, as we'll look at when we look at ad hierarchy structure, we could have one single kind of top of campaign image. So that first picture, that story graphic. And then I could try 3 different versions of the URL that I send them to. So how did the one perform when they got to the Facebook post? How did the one perform when they got to the LinkedIn video? How did the one perform when they got to a landing page on my website? So we'll look more at that in the campaign hierarchy. Next up, another option for our Instagram stories is carousel image ads. I love this one because, again, we're telling a story. We're creating curiosity and delight, and it's really important to do so, and we can do this without a whole lot of effort. So Ruggable, online rug company, they're telling, they're using a carousel story ad. So they're 3 images to build their brand personality, to create follower engagement, and of course, product interest. So they've got the 3 images. The first one says, did you know our rugs are washable? And we know this is sponsored, remember, because we see the word sponsored under the Ruggable name. And then they have 3 different images. So that same question's being asked and that same little button there. But guess what? They didn't add that sticker. Stay with me here. They didn't add that poll sticker to the story because you can't do that. You build your ads in Ads Manager and you don't get to touch it again. So remember when you go to upload an organic story, you get to add a sticker or a GIF or a location pin or all those little things that we can add to our organic stories to make them interesting. Well, these guys cleverly have in Canva or whatever graphic design tool, they've recreated that sticker that looks like a poll, just like how Instagram would make it. And they've put that right on the ad. So even though that's probably not clickable, the entire thing is, and I can then shop now or scroll up to see more on that ad or on that particular rug. So really interesting. What I'm trying to say is they've created a paid carousel story, but they've made it look organic. And they've tried to replicate some of the engagement features that exist in our organic story content. So they know the platform well. They know that their polls probably work, and it's a really cute way to get more engagement on the ad, as opposed to just talking at people. Because we know that polls, stickers, GIFs, tags, etc., do really well, and that's why they are a thing. Another example here, J. Crew's creating a carousel story ad that's a mix of both image and text, and it's promoting their 24-hour sale. So this was done, again, it could be in, and actually, again, I lied. This is just a piece of organic content because we can see all those progression bars at the top, but this would make a great ad, 3-piece ad, where you've got, it could even be a video, but it could be 3 images. The first one is just pink background with that text. The next one has the girl, and then ta-da, there's the call to action at the end. Or again, another example, Airbnb, if this was an ad and it had 3 pieces, not 4, they could have this slow reveal, which creates intrigue and engagement. It actually makes me want to watch the ad to the end, which is an amazing metric. And if your ads get viewed to the end, whether it's a video ad or a carousel ad, your ad is considered high performing and will be rewarded accordingly. Just like if your videos are being watched till the end, Facebook will serve them up to more people because it's like, oh, people really seem to like this. Let's show it to more people organically and paid. So if we create great ads, our results are better on both the paid and organic side. If you don't believe me, go check your stats and you'll see that when something did well on a paid side, also its organic reach went up and vice versa. Okay, And that's more for like a promoted post than an ad campaign. So let's now see a few other kind of ad objectives or calls to action within, this is a very loud one. I don't necessarily recommend it, but hey, if your audience resonates with a really loud and obvious kind of sales message, go for it. But we can see some of the objectives right in the ad copy or in those buttons and calls to actions. On the far left, my objective is probably awareness because I'm saying, hey, follow us. Get to know us, come on in or see you there, subscribe. The next kind of over the objective is likely traffic because I'm saying swipe up or, well, I guess they're all saying swipe up, but you get the idea. You can use one or the other based on what your sort of overall goal for your ad is. Instagram stories and shoppable ad placements. This is really cool. So once again, we're using that product catalog that we built in Facebook Business Suite to create shoppable Instagram story ads. Really awesome. I go in, I say objective for my Instagram stories, shoppable or shopping. And then when my placements, only Instagram stories. And then when I create the actual ad, I'm tagging those images with products from my catalog, which of course is connected. So really neat way for people to see something and then they're going to, know that there is images in there that are tagged that they can then instantly shop or see the price of, etc. Another one, Instagram story video ads. So Airbnb does a great job of creating these short micro videos that are like documentary style, leave me wanting more. I can't wait to see what the final message is going to be or that one headline they'll put on it. And just using them in a way that's super intriguing and not salesy at all. Really, really cool. Here's another example here of where we've got, what's happening? I think my screen is frozen. Bear with me. Here we go. Casper, another video story ad where they're containing a mix of graphics and photos, and then they're ending with testimonials and a call to action. So really interesting video that they created. Again, you could do this in a video creation tool like Animoto, where you are adding in an image that you've created maybe in Canva. That's the first screen. And then it transitions into the next image and then the next image, which shows some testimonials. We're using kind of sales formula here. Like, here's who we are. And then our tagline, you won't find the mattress at a big box retailer, but it does come in a box. Then we've got some proof points from Fast Company and other media outlets or testimonials. And then again, referrals, references, testimonials, see what real customers are saying, and then click through. So just this really interesting way to animate your sales page almost, or at least have it kind of work as a video ad over the course of 15 or 30 seconds. That people take and watch to the end and then do something with. A couple more case studies. Okay, let's look at 3 brands and how they went about maybe better optimizing or creating their ad strategy for whatever their specific goal was. So these are actually right from Facebook, but I loved these 3 particular case studies. So BMO, their goal, if you look in the middle of that second image, deepening customer relationships. So BMO wanted a way to build on and strengthen customer relationships by providing higher product value. And I think what they mean by that as a bank is like, take more of our products. Like, you have a checking account, we want you to have a line of credit and a credit card. That's kind of the feeling I get. So what they did was they ran a Facebook ad campaign that compared optimizing towards value. So let's call that getting more products into their customers' hands versus its business as usual campaign optimizations. And they saw a 2.6x return on ad spend when using value optimization. So, well, let's just see what they did and how they did it. So if you look on the left, the tagline and the image, it's a single image ad, or actually it might be a video because it has a sound button on it. So I'm not sure what the whole video looked like. They're using photo ads and video ads. So the ad copy says, yes, really, open a BMO Harris Smart Advantage account with no monthly maintenance fee and get a $200 bonus. Now we get the feeling that they're serving this up to existing customers if they want to create more value optimization or more products used. So they used photo ads to inspire their audience. They used video ads to capture the attention. There's clearly an incentive there right in the copy. It's true. Get a $200 bonus. So if that doesn't do it, what will? Apply now. And then automatic placements. So we'll see this when we get further along in this course and we get to choose whether we want Facebook to decide where our ad appears in all of the different platforms and ad types, or whether we specify, nope, I only want this to show in Facebook stories. And then lookalike audiences. So what they did is, okay, we've just had the question answered. Not only were they serving it up probably to their existing audiences or customers who maybe were just kind of lukewarm or cold or not really deep customers. And then as well, finding people as similar to their customers and contacts. So lookalike audiences at Social School are called warm. They fall in the middle. We build a hot audience at the bottom of the funnel, which is someone who's on our customer list, been on our website before, bought from us for years. And then we create a lookalike audience of those same types of people in a new age bracket, a new market or geographical region, a new gender, whatever it is that we decide is our variant on that original audience. And we then consider that a warm because it's pretty powerful stuff. You've got the same types of user experience or behaviors or buying behaviors. And Facebook can do that. So really, really cool. And then what do you know? They had some high return. Not rocket science. Just the way that they've mapped it out looks complicated, but it's really not. Okay, let's look at the next one. Adore Me. So this is a women's intimates e-commerce business. Let's go straight to their goal on the gray bar there. Boosting swimwear sales. That's the objective. So they wanted to acquire new customers and increase opt-ins to its elite subscription purchase model. So I think they have more than just a subscription-based model. They also sell swimsuits individually, but what they wanted to do is increase that particular customer base or that product uptake. So let's go to the case study. The women's intimates e-commerce business ran Facebook video ads that opened into a full screen instant experience, woohoo, which drove a 25% increase in opt-ins to its subscription plan compared to its business as usual video ads. Amazing, just by adding the instant experience. So let's see what it looked like on the left. And this one I found as well when I went into their ad inventory in Adore Me's Facebook page. We'll look later at how you can see what every single business is running in terms of ads, which is an amazing research tool for us as burgeoning Instagram or online advertisers. So the ad copy, loving the obsession with new swimwear styles curated in the elite box. They're using this girl, this user, as their test case or their video content. So real users is another thing. Actual human customers or influencers or whatever. So we've got a video of her unboxing and opening up this product. Powerful stuff. I'm curious. Are you? I want to see this girl and what she's opening. And is she going to wear it? And oh my God, she's trying it on. What does she think? Would I wear that? And then they've also captioned the video. Really, really smart. So then we go to, if I click up and I want more, because get styles curated just for you is the call to action. Powerful stuff. Yeah. Show me more. I want to know about the subscription box. I get the instant experience and I'm going to scroll through it. Remember, I can customize color, text, calls to action, imagery, everything in there. I can make that instant experience a really beautiful mini sales page. And then from there, I'm going to take this style quiz. Oh, unreal. They're going to take me to their website now where I do the style quiz to see which box is right for me. Well, now they've captured my email address because they're going to send me the results of my style quiz. And then they're probably going to follow up with several emails after that. What an amazing funnel that started with a video ad. I'm inspired. So let's see the products that they use just to be sure. Instant experience to bring their story to life, video ads to capture attention, automatic placements, cool, and then Instagram to really promote their business to an engaged audience. Now, back to the instant experience, you can't run an instant experience on every platform, i.e., audience network, where your ads are appearing in the sidebar on a news channel. That's obviously not going to work. So Facebook will say you can use an instant experience on this platform, but not on that. Generally speaking, it's going to show up on your mobile device ads. So Instagram and Facebook ads served in the news feed on mobile. But don't worry, it'll tell you whether you can or you can't. Okay, last example. We're getting to the end of this very big module one, I promise. So in this case, Camp Chef. let's go to the goal. Acquiring new customers. Camp Chef wanted to boost brand awareness, acquire new customers, and increase sales of its outdoor cooking products. Awesome. So back up to the case study. The outdoor cooking product company ran Facebook video and photo ads in a campaign to boost brand awareness and sales and saw a 14-point lift in unaided ad recall. Ad recall is just a fancy way of saying awareness or people that recognize them. And Facebook claims to have a fantastic way of measuring that. But you can look at other metrics too. I really like to look at, in an ad like that, what was my traffic? How was my increase in conversions? How many things did I sell because of that ad? So again, that ROI or ROAS is really clearly defined. But if you want to talk ad recall and ad lift, you can go there too. It's just another metric. Okay, so what did they use? A whole lot of things here. Before we look at Facebook's version of product use, let's just look at the ad on the left. So the video ad, it's a better cook. So in this case, it appears that they're showing one of their barbecues. And then their ad copy. You asked and we delivered. The new Woodwind line is Camp Chef's most feature-packed grill, making it the smartest and most versatile. Oh, it got cut off. Now note here where it says see more. If I click see more in Instagram or in your ads analytics, that's going to be considered a click. So be conscious of click-throughs to your websites versus a click on the ad. That's an engagement type. Don't be fooled to think I had so many clicks on my ad. Well, that's considered a type of click. So either way, you can tighten that up and make sure that the whole thing is seen. I encourage you to do so because if it gets to most versatile and it doesn't make sense and I'm not totally enamored, I'm not going to click on see more. Remember how lazy we are. So you probably don't need to say too much, especially if the video also has text overlaid on it and it's doing the job. It's showing me, not telling me. So let your video and your assets do the work where you can and try to keep those calls to actions and ad descriptions short unless it's something that you're trying, a long copy ad. So, and then we've got our headline, the world's most versatile grill just got smarter, shop now. And maybe I'm not ready to shop now. Maybe you want to think about learn more, but that's a CTA, a call to action worth experimenting with. Remember, we've got to A/B test things. Do people like shop now or do they like learn more or click now or whatever? Okay. And then a secondary ad there where we can see it looks like a product carousel or a collection ad, I should say, that's tied to their collection. Their product catalog, that they built in Facebook Business Suite. So in the world of outdoor cooking, oh, I love quotes. See, I'm enamored. What is this person saying? As a chef, I want to have all of my tools of the trade. And this is my go-to setup for making the most of my, There's a lot of redundant copy that could be taken out of there. They need to go sit and work with my old crusty newspaper art editor who'd be like, that's so too many words. But either way, it's kind of a testimonial and that's cool. But it'd be neat if we saw the guy's face holding that. But that's up to you. Obviously, they're pulling these images right from the collection that they've built in their product catalog. And sometimes those can be not as effective as seeing someone, having some context, a face, a hand, a human in the picture with your product often does well because as humans, we're drawn to humans. So worth trying it both ways. Okay, the products that they're saying they used: carousels, instant experience, photo ads, video ads, automatic placements, ads in stories, custom audiences, lookalike audiences, Facebook pixel, automated advanced matching or automatic, and measurement. Well, of course, we're using a lot of those things, but let's talk about pixel and custom audiences, lookalike audiences. Those are all pretty bottom of funnel things. So they're running these ads probably, let's go back to the goal, acquiring new customers. Interesting. If they're increasing sales to existing customers, then yeah, we're going to be running Facebook pixel ads to people that were on our website last week or last year or last month and bought or didn't buy or bought this and now could buy that. Very strategic bottom of funnel audiences. But if they're also trying to raise awareness and acquire new customers, then they're probably going to be using some cold audiences too. And sometimes what you might find is you map out these audiences and then you're like, okay, well, I've got my cold, warm, and hot funnel-based audience journey built. And then I'm going to have my cold, warm, hot ads, which is what we're going to teach you in this class. But also you might come down to and be like, you know what? These video ads or these video assets are so sick, as in awesome, that I want to show them to every single one of these audiences. And that might totally work. But maybe you want to switch the call to action or the copy and use the same asset. It's totally up to you. Don't think that you need to have so many different assets for these different stages of the buyer journey, but you do need to have a plan and know in advance why you're showing each one to each audience. Okay, I'm going to end this module finally by just teeing up what's to come. When we think about where on earth we build these ad campaigns, well, the answer's coming soon. We go into Facebook Business Manager, into Ads Manager, or it's now called Business Suite, Ads Manager, and then Campaign Builder, and it walks us through. We'll get there. Where do I specify placement? Well, it's in something called the ad set level, where we simply head in and we check those boxes of what we want. So we're going to look at that, and we can choose from automatic placements or, again, edit those placements to determine it ourselves. Next up, where do I specify ad format? So that video versus carousel, collection, stories, etc. Also in Campaign Builder, walks you through. You load up the asset. You're going to see where it looks good, and you can determine if you want it to show on IGTV or just stories, or you can know in advance that it's just meant for a vertical format, reel. Instagram Reels. Where do you specify those assets? Same thing. Once you're in Campaign Builder, it brings you right through and allows you to add those images, turn them into a video, etc. So we'll get there, but really, really fun path. I will see you in the next module, where we're going to talk about audience targeting just lightly, because it's really important. This obviously is covered deeply within our audience building course. That entire 360 series course shows you and walks you through building those audiences that you need, but we're going to just cover it briefly here as well.